Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm very happy to see you again. It's been a bit of a while since I've done the last DIY, and that's because I just moved. We're finally all set up in this new place and it's lovely so far. The people are really nice all around in the region, so that's really nice. And now I have time for videos and YouTube and all this kind of stuff. So today's DIY, actually I asked you a few weeks ago if you wanted to see it, and it's little slips like that to put under your skirts or your dresses when they're too short, because a lot of stuff you see on shops right now, they're lovely, they're very cute, but they're a tiny bit short for myself, so I will not necessarily wear them unless I have something underneath. But this one is made from scratch. So I'm going to show you this one, and I'm going to show you as well this one. Sorry for all the fur on it, my cat slept on it. And this one is a thrift store find that I have resized for myself. So let's boop with the tutorial. So I'm going to start showing you with my thrift store find, because the steps after that will be the same whether you make it from scratch or with something that you want to modify. So first thing I'm going to do is cut this waistband away so I will be able to have a smoother face to work on. So the length and the width of your slip will really depend on what you like and how much you want it showing underneath your skirt and how tall you are, so on and so forth. So once you have your desired length, you're going to add to that 1.5 inches to create a channel for your elastic. I'm going to use a 1-inch elastic. If you're using a smaller one, you're going to have to create a smaller channel. I'm not going to add anything for the hemline since I'm going to use the existing one. Next, you're going to open up your slip or your dress by cutting at one of the side seams. You only need at one of the side seams. Then you're going to open it up, and the best thing to do is to iron it flat so it's going to be easier to work with. Then it needs to be resized lengthwise, and we put your measuring tape from the hemline up to your desired length and do that all around. And once everything is marked, you can cut the excess away. So now we are going to resize it for the width, because it's way too big. So I did mine a tiny bit bigger than my hips so it can be comfortable to wear, and I've added 1 inch for seam allowance. So the next thing to do is to reconnect those two side seams together by sewing them together with a straight stitch. So now I have lost some of my footage showing you how to make the channel for your elastic, so I'm going to show you quickly on that. First thing you need to do is overlock or zigzag the edge of your fabric, so it's going to help with fraying for later. Next thing to do is to fold your fabric about 1.5 inches inwards. Use an iron, it will be easier, and you can sew down then your channel. As you can see, I've sewn mine very close to the edge. It was smaller than 1.5 inches, and it gave me a bit of problem later on for fitting my elastic, so I really use 1.5 inches. Make sure you're leaving a gap for fitting the elastic. Then you can feed your elastic in, and make sure you're using a bobby pin for that. It's going to make things a lot easier. Once your elastic is fed through the channel, make sure that everything is flat before you connect it and not twisted, because otherwise you won't be able to have your elastic laying flat against your body. Once it's all connected, you can close off the channel. To stop the elastic from moving and twisted in the channel, you can sew a line of stitching in the middle of your elastic. First, shake it nicely so all your fabric will be evenly distributed, and then you're going to sew a line of stitching in the middle of your elastic, and for that you will need to do it while stretching your elastic. So now if you're making your slip from scratch, obviously you're going to need some fabric, and I'm using here one that has some embroidery details on the sides. I'm going to use it for my hem, so I won't need to hem it later, which is always a plus. And you're going to need to cut it the same way as you did for the other one. So the length is going to be the same, your desired length plus 1.5 inches for the channel. That's for a 1-inch elastic, and for your width it's going to be a bit bigger than your hip measurements, or you can make it bigger if you wish to, plus an inch for seam allowance. You're going to connect the two side seams together and then create a channel for your elastic to be fed into. And that's how they look like on. Sorry, I lost a bit of the footage there, so I could not make it into a more detailed DIY, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. And if you enjoyed it, why not giving it a thumbs up, and why not subscribe for more videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.